Storied Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The national game of the week coming up here on this doubleheader day on CBS. The New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers about to collide at Lambeau for the first time in 8 years. Hello, friends. Welcome to the booth live. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. You have legends like Bill Belichick and Aaron Rodgers. You've got a quarterback change because of injury for the Patriots with Mac Jones out. Brian Hoyer starts. But let's talk Green Bay first. They had a dud week one. They've come back with 2 wins. It's a script that Aaron Rodgers and company are familiar with.
I think everyone was definitely going to write him off this year after that first week. It's never happened to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Same thing last year. It's the old relaxed thing. This guy always is going to give you a chance to win. And, you know, it's a little different, though. Changing of the guard at the wide receiver position. They're starting to use the backs a lot more. And Aaron, he's going to figure out a way to win, especially when he's at home.
All right, what about Brian Hoyer today? It's been 6 years since he quarterbacked a team to a win. 6 years ago today, led Chicago over Detroit. He's a 14-year veteran, a lot of his career in New England, but starting for only the second time in a Patriot uniform.
I know. It's almost like a young player, all right? It's your second start for this franchise, but he's been there forever. This is a huge game for him, maybe the biggest he's ever had. And, you know, you only get so many opportunities the older you get in the National Football League, but he has one today. It's going to be a tall task going now into Lambeau.
All right, you're right, Tony. And for more before kickoff, let's go down to the sideline. Here's Tracy.
Well, Jim, you mentioned it. Mac Jones out with that high ankle sprain. He did not make the trip today. Jacoby Myers didn't make the trip either. Still out with that knee injury. The Patriots also without 2 defensive starters. No Lawrence Guy, no Jalen Mills. For the Packers, Jair Alexander, their top cornerback, he was out here earlier warming up, but they're being cautious with that groin injury, especially with the trip to London this week, Jim.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround as they have to leave on Thursday to travel to take on the Giants over in the UK. But it's a beautiful day here. It's in the mid-60s. Blue skies. Is just always special to be at Lambeau Field in your home state, Tony.
You're exactly right. And this is a big one today, both these teams. I mean,
we've already mentioned that he's been well-traveled. Came out of Michigan State, undrafted college free agent, signed with New England, and then the journey began to places all across the country. Look at all these stops. 7 different teams he started for. He's been all over. Hasn't played a lot, but he's got a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Well, the crazy thing is when you talked to him, you said, you know, I think the world kind of thinks of you as a Patriot. Like you're a lifer of Patriot.
You do.
You've only started one game for the Patriots. You started all these other places. Is that how you view yourself? And he said, yeah,
he views himself as a Patriot. The NFL family has come together to support Hurricane Ian recovery efforts in Florida. Visit NFL.com/auction, and you can bid on authentic game-worn items and support the American Red Cross hurricane relief efforts. You can also visit redcross.org or text the word Ian to 90999 to make a $10 donation and help those in need. On Tuesday, as part of the Packers versus Cancer campaign, players visited patients and families at the Children's Wisconsin-Milwaukee Hospital, spending time with kids battling cancer and other illnesses. Players in attendance included Romeo Doubs, Quay Walker, Zach Tom, Devontae Wyatt. Well done. All right, Bailey Zappi, we've got an update. Let's go back to the studio.
Nate, they got to be thinking Raiders. Any means necessary.
That's right. Derek Carr is going to give it to Josh Jacobs, the workhorse, and he gets in after running through a couple of defenders. The Raiders, they lead 10-7.
We'll take a lot more of that. Back to Jim Nantz.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread twists, chicken desserts, and more. Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. And by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We're back at 1265 Lombardi Avenue. Well, down the road in Wisconsin at Burlington High School on Friday night, a special ceremony at Burlington High School. Tony Romo Field dedication, a new synthetic turf field bearing his name. Of course, Tony, an all-state performer in not only football, but basketball and golf. It's Candace and the boys, mom and dad as well. Very special night down in Burlington. And here come The Patriots from the 25. Hand off to Harris. Hey, just since you've been in Lambeau coming back from that, I mean, it's been emotional for you to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't gone back to see, a football game since I left in 1998 because
you've been busy.
You're in football your whole life, so you're always playing or you're announcing. But the honor, I mean, it was just incredible. It's humbling, and it just makes you feel so special to have your kids, your parents, your wife, your sister. I mean, it was just one of those rare nights that you don't get to feel all the time, and no one deserves that. But it was really, really one of the great nights, and I'll remember forever. Burlington's home, and I just love all the people there.
There's a overall record, 43-14 regular season percentage. This is all time through 50 games, highest win percentage. Of course, Guy Chamberlain, who could forget?
Oh,
Guy Chamberlain, your guy.
He was
John
incredible.
Madden, Vince Lombardi.
And Guy Chamberlain was right around 98 to 2010. No, it was 1898.
There you go.
He was way back, but he was obviously incredible. And Madden, everyone knows. I mean, that's quite the list right there. See Matt LaFleur showing off the athleticism to get a timeout.
Check than anyone else. Let's go back to New York. JB and Nate have it.
Raiders will take it any way they can get it.
That's right. Russell Wilson hands it off to Melvin Gordon. Deron Harmon knocks the ball out. In right place, right time. Amik Robertson picks it up, and he is gone. That is 68 yards to the house. Amik is only 5'8", but he plays like he's 6'4". The Raiders, they were up 16-10.
Back to Jim Nance.
And that's Bryant who slams him down, and that will end the half.
I think he called timeout right before. Did they get it or no?
They're all walking in now. Rodgers looking around.
Of the first half.
Rodgers is looking. Rodgers is like, I just called timeout. What are you talking about? There's 2 seconds left.
The end of the first half, the score, New England 10 and Green Bay 7. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Adam, looky what I got.
Is that the new iPhone 14 Pro?
Yep, with this amazing new camera. Smile.
And you got it on Verizon.
Even better. I got Verizon's new plan. Includes Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud Plus.
I hear the acting's pretty good on that one.
So is the deal I got from Verizon. iPhone 14 Pro on them. You should get one. Ooh, selfie time.
Wow, you can hustle when you need to.
Get a new iPhone 14 Pro on us. And get it with one unlimited for iPhone. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
Let's go. Whatever you do, don't let your guard down. So knuckle up, you gotta knuckle up. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't let your guard down. So knuckle up, you gotta knuckle up. Whatever you do, don't let your guard down. Yeah. So knuckle up.
Back in Green Bay on a beautiful autumn afternoon. The 2 touchdowns scored in this game, both by rookies. Watson for Green Bay, Jack Jones for New England on the pick 6. And Tony, let's be honest, at the start of the week, there weren't many people giving the Patriots much of a chance.
You told me it was a lock. New England was going to win.
Can they continue to do what they did in that first half, the Patriots?
Well, I mean, it started at like a 10-point favorite for Green Bay, and it looked like that would be semi-normal. But the truth is, the Patriots came in better. They just kept turning the football over. But they were moving the ball, and they were getting stops, and they were controlling line of scrimmage more than I really expected. So, yes, they can do this. But the biggest thing is Zappe. Can he calm the nerves a little bit and make a couple of big-time throws? Because Rodgers, he's going to make some big-time throws before this thing is done. We know that's coming at some point. But we don't know if the other kid can yet.
Yeah, you know the numbers aren't going to look in the second half for Aaron like they did in the first half. Buddy Davis, Tracy.
Jim, for the second straight week, this Packers offense is struggling. Matt LaFleur came out of the locker room shaking his head. He said, we need to do a better job in the pass game. We must handle the pressure, and we need to be more consistent with the run. I spoke with Bill Belichick as he went into the locker room, and he is obviously pleased with the defensive effort. They're winning the turnover battle, but he needs to see better execution from Bailey Zappe.
Only 250 total yards by the 2 teams combined with 3 giveaways. His great uncle, Dan Reeves.
Yep.
The late Dan Reeves, who back in the Ice Bowl here at Lambeau Field, there is Coach Reeves, who lost him recently, should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
9 times he went to the Super Bowl as a player or assistant or a head coach. Yeah, you can't come here without thinking about the Ice Bowl. Dallas and Green Bay, the frozen tundra. And that's Meredith. Giving it to Reeves. Halfback option goes to Lance Rinsel. Gave Dallas a 17-14 lead. Of course, Green Bay won it at the other end, 21-17. Williams and Coach Belichick's father, Steve, played for the Detroit Lions. This is Green Bay at Detroit in 41. And watch, we just saw Bill still has it as far as running up and down the sideline. He got it from this guy, his dad.
Oh my gosh, what a
Steve.
football family.
Look at this. 77 yards against Green Bay, Detroit's only score in the game, as he returned at the distance for the touchdown.
And his coach was Guy Chamberlain in that game.
Here's a look at the brass, the Kraft family standing, enjoying what they're seeing. Robert and Jonathan. And there's Mark Murphy, the Packers CEO since back in 07, former athletic director at Northwestern and Colgate. He's, of course, back with the Redskins. He played on a Super Bowl winner, and as an executive, he's won a Super Bowl as well back in 2010. There's the kick, and it's a deep one. Well, we talked about how storied these two franchises are, and there's the Packers' 820 all-time wins as regular and post. Belichick on his own 322.
Well, Belichick, Brady, and the Krafts built them into that, right? The Packers' history goes back way. I'm saying there's a lot of great players in the history, but the Patriots dynasty really came when those guys came together in New England. But I mean, this is ridiculous. You look at this Green Bay run. I mean, Lombardi's run.
Well, Lambeau had 6 NFL championships.
If the Super Bowls were played before,
they named the stadium after
Lambeau.
The starter, Brian Hoyer, already coming in for the real starter. Mac Jones got knocked out with a concussion early in this game, and there's the list. There it is, 7-13 at the top. Breeze, Manning, Favre, and now Aaron Rodgers. The only 5 to ever reach 500.
Wow, here we go.
Matt Patricia has a word with him. Patricia, of course, who resided in the NFC North. It's been, again, I mentioned it earlier, another wild and dramatic day around the league. How about some of these comebacks in the 1 o'clock window? They were down 20-3. The Bills, they come back to score the last 20 unanswered to win it. Meanwhile, the Eagles were down quickly, 14-0 to Jacksonville, and they remain undefeated. And so, too, being undefeated is Cooper Rush. 3 starts, 3 wins.
4-0 in his career now.
That's right. And the Vikings won earlier today over in London. Oh.
And the 101,000 people in Green Bay breathe with a sigh of relief. You have a third-string rookie quarterback, and you almost get upended. Got to give the Patriots credit for a great plan. But in the end, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are too much.
And young Matt LaFleur gets the victory against the legend. Rodgers takes him on quite a drive in overtime before Crosby is able to kick the winning field goal from 31 out.
That wasn't even close. That's when you know you're kicking it good. That thing didn't even look. That looked like an extra point. How easy that was. Well done by Crosby. You got to give him credit. I mean, they're supposed to do that. I mean, let's be honest. It's not supposed to be tough from 31, but it's a little harder when the game's on the line.
That long trip to London will be a lot easier ride now than it would have been had this one gotten away from you.
Not kidding. Enjoyed it, partner.
Partner,
great call
it was great
today.
fun. Great fun. Feisty effort by Belichick and his Patriots going all the way to the 3rd quarterback. But Rodgers, as the two legends meet, takes it in the end. 10 out on CBS, who again begins with 60 Minutes, followed by the Equalizer and East New York for Tony, Tracy, and Gene. Jim Nance saying so long from Green Bay. We'll see you next week from Buffalo. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.